Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero reaction. Today we have pinKing as requested by Foxkin, and a lot of people wanted me to get to this one next. There's a few other songs that are being tossed around for like other EPs that I haven't gotten to, and I'm sure I'll be getting to all of them eventually, but this is just the most popular one, so it's the one I'm going to go to next. And as per usual with these, I will be watching the animation on my own time between the reaction and the actual like breakdown of the song, so I'll have all the details. I just don't put them on screen so my brain can focus fully on the music itself without any visual distractions there. That's just a me thing, and I guess without further ado, let's go! Okay, I mean, I expected this vibe. Yep, very poppy right off the bat. Bringing in the funk. Hell yeah. I love a good funk reference. Some of the best pop songs ever are based in funk. Really well too. Man, that bass line. Tasty.
Yeah, pull up, do up my hair. Yearning, be more than friends. Boy, the boy, pick up, boo, pick a little bamboo's gonna lead my way to you. Baby, since the last time we spoke, it's been so long.
Good harmonies thrown in here too. Very nice and tight. Nothing sloppy at all. Ooh. I didn't think we would get a break in the song there. It feels very like mid-2000s K-pop, like solo artist debut. And that's a vibe. I have no clue what she's saying there, but I agree. I think it might be nonsense on purpose. Really can't tell if there are supposed to be like legitimate words there or if it's just gibberish for the sake of sounding cute. I'll have to check the lyrics, but I also need to watch the video too. Okay, so the video did clear up a few things. It also confirmed a thought I was having during the song, but first I want to talk about the lyrics in here. I was kind of right that there's a little gibberish going on in the lyrics at that one spot, but it's less gibberish and more just like nonsensical or non-common words and terms that even I don't use day to day, like peekaboo was in there. So like that didn't really ring a bell in my ear, at least in the accent and everything. It was kind of hard to tell, but also piggy little bang boo's gonna lead my way to you makes no sense to me. I'm sure people who play the game probably know who Bang Boo is. I have no clue what that is. So that was very confusing for me. It just sounded like gibberish. So at least I have some clarification there. But as far as the video goes and the songs like parallels, I was noticing that this sounded kind of similar in ways to Shark's Bite, which is probably my favorite song so far. I love that one. I've done done a full drum cover on it. I adored it. I actually did a short drum cover. If you haven't seen the Stars Align one I did, that was just a short, but I did a full version of Shark's Gotta Bite, and I love that song. And this had a lot of tonal similarities to it in the melody, the way it was vibing, those like synth, the dun, 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 it's the exact same stepping pattern. Like, there's definitely something to be said between these characters. Either that, or maybe it's just because this one was set in kind of like a fantasy manga world, and then Shark's Gotta Bite was actually like a schoolgirl maid shark situation, which already sounds kind of fantastical and fake in a way. Maybe they were just going for the same vibe, or they did want to tie them together and those characters are closer in relation than I would ever know. I also love that this video didn't really reveal what was going on until the very end. Like, for me, somebody outside of the space, not really knowing the characters or how they relate, I didn't know that this was just like a fantasy inside a manga until the very end when they showed it. And then I was like, oh, we got a little tsundere action happening here. She's like, no, it's not like I like romance or anything, baka. Like, it was cute, you know, like I like that. And that's why I do like to watch these videos, because they do add a little bit of detail like that, and it does help me learn the characters' personalities a bit. But I did love so much about this song, especially that bass. Oh god, that bass was so good. That was a phenomenal bass line, and it did remind me again a lot of Shark's Bite, and that's probably a little bit of personal bias as a result, but I just love the funk sound, and I love that they used it for this. Like I said, it was kind of reminding me of like a K-pop star's like first debut song in the early 2000s. To date myself a little bit here, that late 2000s is kind of when I was starting to get into K-pop a little bit more, and I was like super into it by the early 2010s, where I like, oh man, 21 and Hyuna, it just took a complete stranglehold of my musical life there for a very short time. I still enjoy that sound, I still enjoy K-pop to this day, but it's just not as strong as it was at that time. I think I could honestly blame, like, sorry, side tangent here, I think I can blame stuff like the Teen Titan theme song for introducing me to Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, and then like getting into them, and you know, just basically steamrolled from there, and I was never the same person ever again. But point being, it felt a lot like that era of music where people were starting to kind of popularize it a little bit more and find a more general tone that worked a little bit more across seas, and it just started to share some interesting approaches to music from all across the globe. And that's why things like funk started to be a little bit more clear in there. There's also a bit of city pop energy going on in the song too, and again, you can kind of blame funk for that one or thank it depending on who you are, but there's plenty of inspiration you can pull from to make any song. So this one just has a lot of stuff that I personally like. The vocalist was also very nice. There were some spots in there where I thought like her kind of being a little too cutesy started to be a little bit grating, but that's also completely a personal bias thing. She sounded fine 99% of the time. There were just one or two spots where I'm like, yee, that might have been a little bit too much for me, but like I said, everyone kind of has their own preferences there. The song itself is perfectly that vibe, and I really like the production of it. They never fail. Sān-Z has never failed with this sound, and they really nail it every single time. And for this case, I'm talking like down to the way that they had the breakdown in there, and then followed up with a little bit of like changing the percussion. They had some like cowbell sort of thing going on in there. It was very subtle in there, but it was there. And just those little details, those things are what makes Sān-Z so good at their job. And just the fact that they're so flexible with their genres and their approaches to music, and every single genre seems to have been visited by these people, and that's always good to have multiple inspirations and use all of that knowledge to apply it to other things and songs like this and all the other ones that I've heard. And that's why every single time I'm impressed, because I can tell every single time I hear a song produced by Sān-Z that it's clear that they listened, they did their research, they felt it out, they really broke down the essence of what makes these genres work, and they nail it every single time consistently. And I know I've said that in like every single video for Zenless ever, but it bears repeating every single time because it is so hard to find a small collective of people who truly care about the musical approach to everything enough to truly get it right every single time. It is just not that common. You can find people who are great at a little bit of everything, but the fact that there is a team, and a relatively small one, who use their strengths and weaknesses with each other in perfect harmony to consistently put out great music is always awesome. They never cheap out, they never take any shortcuts, and to me that shows a true musical appreciation and love for the craft that I, as somebody who adores music in every facet the same way, loves that somebody else also cares. There are plenty of individual people that do that care so much, that really do their research and break it down, but then it's just not so consistent because the company that runs the games doesn't approach it that way. They don't care. They hire whoever seems to work or whoever's familiar. These guys know it, and Zenless is better for it. Hoyo is doing great keeping this team together and keeping their influences strong and allowing them to do what they love and truly pay homage to everything. It's really everything. Just like I've been saying that this one is very K-poppy, but you could also say that it's fairly J-poppy. Like, it's not necessarily a monolith in of itself. There's definitely inspirations coming from every little spot. Like, there's even a little bit of like Western pop that sounds like this too. I'm not sure exactly where they got their influences, but it feels very K-poppy to me, especially that early to late 2000s, maybe early 2010s era where everyone kind of had this sort of bubbly vibe going on, and I love it. But also, aside from what I've said already about the production, it's just kind of a pop song, you know, and that's the best part about it. There's not too much to dig into when you get to a song like this because it's doing everything generically. That's pop. It's supposed to be popular, so you don't have to try too hard to make it sound that fun and bubbly and loose and cute and just poppy and dancey. That's the whole point. But I still love that they took inspiration from different genres and applied it here and clearly cared about it. And that's, again, what I love about this team. They always do such a good job at that, and I will never stop praising them for it. But if you have anything else you want me to get to from Zenless, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to it. And otherwise, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!